Good afternoon. My name is Christine Sheritz, and I will be your instructor for research and evaluation of curriculum. So I'm so glad to be teaching this class, and I just wanted to talk to you about it, introduce the course. First thing you need to know is there is a textbook for this class. It's Ornstein and Hunchkins, and the book is entitled Curriculum, Foundations, Principles, and Issues. So you will need to get the textbook because we will be utilizing the textbook for sure. So what is this class about? This is a doctoral class, and you're getting a doctorate in curriculum and instruction. And with that, you will be in leadership positions. And in leadership positions, you will be asked many times to determine what curriculum should I be? Maybe you're a principal. You might have to buy curriculum. You might be a curriculum director. Whatever you're going to do, there's going to be times that you have to make some decisions about curriculum. Well, what we want to look at in this class is how do we know what curriculum is effective and what is not effective? And we're going to evaluate different types of curriculum. So we're going to start the class by looking at things like the role that research plays in curriculum development. We're going to start out in Module 1, just looking at the different types of curriculum. We have explicit curriculum, implicit, and null curriculum. There's different types of curriculum. And then there's different curriculum approaches. There's a managerial approach, a behavioral approach, a postmodern, a humanistic approach. What approach aligns with your views? What approach aligns with the Christian philosophy? So you're going to be doing that. You're going to be learning about that. You are going to be doing some mind maps where you're trying to align your thinking between these different theories. In Module 2, you're going to write about a 5-page paper, a curriculum brief on curriculum that you're seeing implemented, and you're going to go back to chapter 1 and say, is this a managerial approach or is this a postmodern approach? Kind of looking at that. In Module 3, we're going to look at the history of curriculum, and you're going to be looking at a current curriculum and the trends in current curriculum, the history of certain curriculum. Like right now, my specialty is reading and the science of reading. Almost everything with reading is going to be aligned with the science of reading. Where did that come from historically? So we're going to look at those types of things. The big project that you'll have in this class is to evaluate a curriculum. And so you're going to be looking at, it could be anything. It could be whatever your school is using. For example, maybe you want to use Evaluate UFly. That's a reading program. There's lots of different options that you could look at. But the big thing you're going to be doing on this in this class, and it's really going to be about 4 modules, we'll do it step by step, is to evaluate curriculum, to look at curriculum and see if it is measuring what it's supposed to measure. What about the implementation of the curriculum? So in short, in this class, as leaders in curriculum and instruction with the doctorate, you will be in positions where you need to get maybe purchase curriculum or make decisions about it. So will you make the right decision? That's what we need to know. And you need to make those decisions based on, what does cognitive science say? How does it align with the needs of what your students need? I have been a curriculum. I'm just going to give you a short story about why this is important. I was a curriculum director with the Department of Defense Schools in Science and Social Studies. And when I first got the job, I remember asking the superintendent, I said, for science, they were using they had a curriculum that they were using. And I said, where's the alignment? It was called EIE, that's Engineering is Elementary. That's what they were using for science. And it's a very project-based learning type of curriculum. So I asked him, where is the alignment with these kits to our science standards? No one had it. No one had any alignment. So I went up higher in the Department of Defense and I said, where is this? No one had it. So nobody had an alignment. So myself, I went through every single kit. There's probably 20. And I aligned all those kits with their science standards. And what I did is I found out that some of those kits did work and some did not work. So we had in our school science curriculum that didn't align with our standards. And so at that point, I called the superintendent and I said, do not order any of these. As a matter of fact, I don't want them used. They shouldn't be put in schools. And then I found out that there were other parts of the curriculum that were not being addressed in those EIE kits. So I went through and bought some other things. I bought something called Picture Perfect Science, where we use picture books to teach science. That year, the Kentucky district that included all the schools in Fort Knox and Fort Campbell had the best science schools in the Department of Defense. Now, was it rocket science? Not really. It was just making sure that the curriculum aligned with the standards that we were teaching. So that's a part of what you need to do as a leader. You're getting your doctorate in curriculum and instruction. So you need to be asking, are the materials that you're using, the resources that you're using, do they align with the depth of thinking that you need, with the content that you want your students to know? So it's an important class, I think. And so hopefully you will enjoy it. I did just develop this class. And so I hope I developed it in a way that makes sense and I'll enjoy getting your feedback. So that's what the class is about. I'm going to have open office hours every week that I'll be giving you. And I'm here to answer all of your questions as you get started on your doctorate or finishing. So many blessings. And if you have any questions about the class, please reach out to me. Bye-bye.